What's going on, guys? It's your boy, Johnny Liquidator, coming back with another video. So it looked like Christie Size and Caitlin Clark just set the record straight about the Indiana Fever loss to the Chicago Sky over the weekend. Guys, for this one here, we got to go all the way up to Indy. Let's get it. Let's go. Clark definitely did not shy away from questions this afternoon in Indiana when going back and talking about the Chicago Sky game. We know that the team blew a 15-point lead in the third quarter. They got in astronomical foul trouble, and that's what ultimately played a factor in them losing that ball game. And this has definitely been a long week for Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever because the media is not taking it easy on the young superstar after that excruciating loss. Her and Christie Size took time to speak with the media today to set the record straight about the loss. With all that getting said, let's roll the footage.
I think we got away with that versus Atlanta, and then it really, kind of caught us versus Chicago. Just a lot of fouls, gave up a lot of and ones, but I think we let our offense dictate how we're going to play defense in the fourth quarter, and we got away with some stuff in the first, second, third quarters, and then the fourth quarter we didn't get as lucky, and but mostly defensive, yeah.
You talked about getting away from pick and roll stuff and side-to-side movement late in the game. Mm-hmm. When you watched the film a bit, did you get a sense of why?
Yeah, I think we just kind of were looking at each other for each other to go make a play. I think we could have gotten to more pick and rolls right in the middle, whether it's me and AB, whether it's Kelsey and AB, or Liz, whoever it is. I think we could have called for one. A lot of the times we were getting the late shot clock and we just had to chuck up a bad shot when we could have easily just pulled the ball out and kind of got into a middle pick and roll. So I thought we could have done a better job in that area.
As a point guard, what do you say or try to say in those kind of moments when you feel like you need to steer everybody to something else?
Yeah, I think it's, I'm trying to navigate that, obviously, as a rookie. I'm trying to, run the offense and get the flow of the offense. You're trying to, manage the game, but also I thought we kind of almost played too slow. Like, those first three quarters we played with really good pace. We were great in transition, and obviously it's hard to do that when you can't get stops on the defensive end, too. So I think we could have still played with a little bit faster of a pace rather than trying to slow the game down a little bit on the offensive end. But I think for me, just be more assertive with the ball in my hands, call for those ball screens, want to be in that action. It's the hardest action to guard, so that's what we have to get to.
How does kind of the improvement of that communication come? Does it really start in practice, or do you think it really takes its shape in game, in game time situations?
Yeah, I think it starts in practice, but also film doesn't lie. You go back and you watch the film, and that's where you learn, and then you come out and try to execute on the court. But it'll get better with time as much as we play with each other. I'm not sure we've been in a game where we've been up by that much and really blown the lead there in the fourth quarter. So I think it was just a great learning opportunity for us. And like I said, film never lies, so it was great to go back and watch. As painful as that can be sometimes, it really teaches you a lot.
To go off that, you guys kind of went full straight and then losing the fashion game. How do you think the team has been handling that as a late practice travel?
Yeah, it stinks. It was a game we felt like we could have, won and put ourselves in a position to win after three quarters. And even, I think we were up 12 with 7 minutes to play in the game, if I'm not mistaken. So I think you can't dwell on it too much, but it can't happen again. I think it's one you go back and watch the film and you get in those situations. If we have another situation where we're up 15 in the fourth quarter, you have to be able to still attack and be aggressive, but also play really great defense. You can't foul as much. That stops the clock. That's free points when the clock's not even moving. That's the worst thing that you can do. So I think those things, and like I've said, we're in an inexperienced group. You have to learn from it. That's the only thing you can do. So
how do you strike the delicate balance of taking the shot late in games and taking over versus making the right basketball play, getting everyone else involved?
Yeah,
especially again being a rookie, that's
difficult. It's hard because obviously the passing had worked really well up until the fourth quarter, and then everything just got really stagnant. So I think that's a balance you kind of find. I think I probably could have been a little more assertive there in the fourth quarter with a couple looks, but at the same time, after I said after the game, I trust my teammates. You've got to make the right basketball play all the time and give them a chance to, do what they can do because you trust them, and I'm going to make that play every single time. Was there a couple looks that I probably could have shot? Absolutely. Or been a little bit more aggressive to call into a ball screen and get downhill and try to draw a foul because they were making foul calls. I think all of that is just kind of a learning thing for myself.
Got time, two more.
What have you enjoyed about these Sky games all being so close? You guys play so differently than they do. Have they been kind of fun for you in that way?
Yeah, I think they've all been really fun, and obviously I think they've all been on the weekend, so the crowds have been tremendous. Obviously our crowds have been tremendous every single game that we've had, and then we go there and the crowd was really great too and really into it, and the environment was fun, and I think it was just a great display of basketball, honestly.
Last one. So you won your last award last night. There's a lot of young players who look up to you around the nation. What advice would you have for those young kids who want to reach your level one day?
Yeah, I think just work really hard. I think no matter what point you're at in your career or how old or how young you are, I think just be confident in what you can do, but also it takes a lot of hard work, and there's going to be highs and lows throughout it all. That's certainly how my career's gone. Like, there's been amazing moments, but that's because there's been really hard moments too. So I think just, believe in yourself more than anything else. Have that belief and that confidence, and that'll get you really far.
The pass movement, like we're not getting there quick enough, which is putting us in a bad position on our closeout. So just defense.
Last time you focused on that in practice, you talked about your shell. Was it similar today, getting back to basics? What has evolved about your defensive practice this season?
Yeah, today it ended up with the shell, but it was more about moving on the pass. So we started the whole defensive shell drill with, for 14 seconds, they had to move on the pass, wherever it went, get to those spots that we need them in.
We've heard a lot about communication. In what ways can that improve?
Yeah, always. You can't communicate enough. Sometimes when things get tight, that's when we kind of stop talking, and that's when you have to talk the most. So just in those moments, we've got to do a lot more communicating on the defensive end.
One of the things a star player, when they go to a new team like Caitlin has, is finding that delicate balance from taking over versus making the right basketball play or finding the teammates. How, if at all, have you worked with her on trying to navigate that here in the early part of the season?
Yeah, I think sometimes she's being a little too unselfish at times. I think she had 13 assists the other night against Chicago. I mean, she is going, if you're open, she's going to hit you. I think she turns down some shots. I'd like her to take some shots that when she comes off, she knows she has the green light.
Is there like a magic number that you'd like to get up, whatever it is? 15 shots, 20 shots?
No, I think that's really hard because I think she draws so much attention.
Yeah.
And then she sees her teammates wide open at times. Like, she's going to make that pass. So that's just really hard to do when she's drawing so much attention.
To kind of go off that, have you had that conversation in the 48 hours since Sunday with Caitlin just about, really taking one shot and also the difference, maybe being a little bit more unselfish? Have you had that talk?
No, I was really just worried about defense in these last 48 hours after watching the game. So that's what we focused on today.
Kemi obviously came back to practice. She said it's been seamless for today at least. Just what has it been like integrating her back?
Gosh, yeah. I mean, she's just a fire. Like, she's just a spark on both ends. She's gonna, she keeps playing throughout the possession. She always finds a way to get her hands on the ball. She's just moving. She's a great screener for us. She's quick in her rolls, which opens up a lot of space for people. She just brings a different dynamic, which is good for us to have her back.
When she was out these past couple weeks, how did she just help off the court with that communication? She mentioned that as well.
Yeah, I mean, she's a great veteran. She's been playing this game a long time. She had great experience in Minnesota, with Sylvia Fowles and Simone Augustus and Maya Moore, all those guys. So now, she's bringing what she learned from those guys to us, which is what we really need to.
Caitlin won her second straight Honda Award last night. Did you say anything to her this morning about winning the award?
I did not. I need to. I really do. I meant to text her yesterday. We had a group chat going, so she got the congratulations in the group chat. But just great for her. I mean, that's a great honor.
What is the challenge like reintegrating, though, Timmy? Like finding a role? She went from starter, and I'm guessing she'll be on some kind of minutes restriction coming back whenever that is.
Yeah, we're just kind of how she feels. We're going to play her how it goes. It's just going to give us another option in the post, which is great for us. Sorry, y'all.
I guess it's a little out of the blue. Is there an update on the rehab of Damaris Dantas with the knee and stuff?
Still working on that. I'll talk with Todd more, but we're getting to that time, so we'll be able to come with something soon.
Maybe you got one more.
Yeah, just when it comes to you've had 4 starters in double figures kind of consistently these past 4 or 5 games. Just what do you see Christie Wallace's role as in the starting lineup?
Yeah, Christie always draws that best opposing team's offensive player. I mean, she's got her work cut out for us.
That was Caitlin Clark and Indiana Fever head coach Christie Size setting the record straight about that loss that had occurred over the weekend against the Chicago Sky. The team will be facing off against the Seattle Storm this Thursday as they continue to rally their way to a playoff spot for the 2024 season. Get down in the comments section. Let me know your thoughts about this. Keep them Bills on because I'm going to bring you the news. And until next time, shake the haters off. I'm out of here. Peace out.